I'd learnt about values by that point. So I use values always every day with my clients. But so values are areas of life that fulfill you. Some people think values like honesty, loyalty, integrity, control, freedom. None of those are values. Values are areas of life that you fulfill and you prioritize and express.
This is Inspired Founders, a podcast that helps you find your true north in business and beyond. I'm Priscilla Skippington, a soul-led entrepreneur passionate about sharing the wisdom of world-leading business minds who have walked the path before us. From their toughest challenges to their greatest triumphs, we explore the stories that have shaped their journey and defined their future. Together, we discover the resilience and redemption it truly takes to achieve success, make a lasting impact on the world, and live a life that is truly fulfilling.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Inspired Founders with me, Priscilla Anne, and today my incredible guest, Lewis Huckstep. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you again. How's this? What a setup in here. This is nice and cozy to connect and chat.
It is nice. I've been here once before. Have you been here? Have you recorded here before?
I recorded here, but they run events. So I've attended. I was as a speaker at the mic drop events, I think like last week, maybe, or the week before, which was really cool. But never been in this physical studio before.
Well, awesome. Welcome. I'm liking it here. You came to our Inspired Founders event, our last one in Brisbane, and everyone was just honestly raving about you afterwards. And you made such an impact on the day, and it turned out to be all women in the room, or majority women in the room. And they were all just raving about you and how safe they felt in your presence and everything you had to share. So I would love you, I know on the day you did, but for everyone listening who wasn't at the event, I would love you to share a little about your story and where it all started, because I know who we are now and the business that you now represent and your influence online and all of that. It didn't start there. That's not where it started. So share a little about your journey.
Firstly, thank you for running the event. It was an amazing event. And you had me following Sid, who was like the greatest showman on stage. I'm like, fuck, I gotta follow this dude. But
he was incredible. He was incredible.
I just spoke to him yesterday, having a little chit chat. So, anyways, that was an incredible event. So, if anyone was to get yourself in person, if you've got the opportunity, and I guess I believe we become who we needed when we're at our lowest, and we did a little process at the event that I spoke at. So, for me, some of my lows was being diagnosed with Asperger's, autism, ADHD. Having a lot of mental and emotional trauma in childhood. Mum and dad would fight with each other, verbally, physically, emotionally. Dad would punch holes in walls and just hurt our family, emotionally and physically. And that was, I'd say the theme of my childhood was anxiety, and I was just really scared and felt unsafe. So that was where the seeds were planted in childhood of my core wounds and the things that are most meaningful and fulfilling to me now. But I also had that paired with I love Tony Robbins, who's like got me started on my journey 11 years ago now. And he does have you watched his Doggo, the I'm Not Your Guru?
I haven't watched that yet.
Just go watch it.
Yeah.
And anyone listening, go watch this on Netflix. I think it's still that's. And it's like literally in the credit part of the movie. He says, "Which parent did you crave love from the most?" And for me, that was Dad. He said, "Not who did you love most, who did you crave it from most, and who did you need to be for that parent?" And for me, it was an achiever. So for me, I would play sports when I was younger. And when I played sports regularly, it was my preferred choice. When I played well, I'd get a lot of love and validation. So I learned that if I achieve, I get a validation. So I had like these traumas of being unsafe and hurt and anxious and misunderstood and weird and awkward. And paired with like, if I achieve, I get attention, I get love. So I became an insecure overachiever. So that was a little potion for me. And that resulted in me just trying to achieve as much as I can, which the act itself necessarily isn't a bad thing. It's what's the fuel source behind it. And for me, it was very much desperation. So people often start with desperation, then hopefully transcend into inspiration once they start working on themselves and opening up. But I made national teams in sport. I won national titles for surf lifesaving and started network marketing when I was 18. I was one of the youngest earners in the country at 19. I got flown around the country, got flown to Perth to speak on stage. I did Herbalife for anyone that knows the company.
Yeah.
Won't talk about that now, but did really well. I had a good team. Then I owned gyms. I owned 3 gyms when I was 22. And I was just like go. I will achieve. I'll be happy when. And like that mirage just never get there. That's it.
Yes.
And yeah, had the dark night of the soul, hit breaking point where like everything was just not feeling the void internally, but I also was just building a business on sand because I didn't really understand business that well. I did Cohen Ray and he changed my life significantly, but my businesses were very unstable. I was like key person risk all three of my businesses, and then hit a breaking point, gave one away, sold a second one. So I went through COVID with 2 gyms, sold the second one just outside of COVID, then hired myself out of the third one, had a beautiful team there, and I owned that solely. I had business partners at the other ones, which added to my decision. And then I had some space to breathe, and I could breathe properly. And I was earning about $2,000 to $3,000 a week for an hour of work because I had a beautiful team there. And I sold that about come up to 2 years ago now. And to my best friend, I was just on the phone to him actually, and a Park Pit. So good friends with him to this day. And yeah, when I had that space, I'm like, okay, well, who am I? So I like piece together what just happened over the last 7 years. Because it was like 7 years of just like head down and work and not breathe and don't look after yourself, relationships with poor and all that stuff. And something I did that entire time was self-development. So I was doing Tony Robbins, I was doing Karen Ray, DeMartini, Wade Dyer, books, podcasts, courses, masterminds, plant medicines. I was doing all the thing. And then I decided to ask the question, like, who am I? What do I want to do? What am I inspired to do? What's fulfilling to me? And where do I want to go now that I can make a more conscious decision? And that was to do what I do, is to help people know who they are, find their purpose, know their values, know their mission, know their vision, do the inner work, heal trauma, remove limitations, self-doubt, anxiety, imposter syndrome, anything mental or emotional, but also give you the practical things to action. Because I think I joked at the event with you, there's a spectrum of people could be hero.
It's probably not.
What's going on here? Yeah. And it's like a spectrum of humans. We've got our spiritual folk and they levitate, meditate, sage, breathe, do ayahuascas every weekend. These people are often broke because they're not taking action. They're just present all the time. And then you've got the other side where the high achievers, and that was me. I say Alex Moses is kind of the poster child of that, where it's like achieve. I'll prove to you how worthy I am by how successful I am. And that doesn't work. So for me, it's how do you have hope?
Yeah.
How do you be fulfilled, know who you are, work on this stuff, integrate, be inspired. That's why I love that choice of your business. But also take action, because it's like you're not just going to manifest a business without taking action. It's like, what's the skills? What's the strategy? Because I kind of default to that. It's like, tell me what to do, I'll do it. And I'll go find said strategies. But I was missing that fulfillment piece, which is like, what's my purpose? Who am I? What's fulfilling to me? How do I heal my hurt? How do I become truly authentic and embrace all parts of who I am? And now I help people do that in our own courses, programs, or write a book, or run some events. And that's the mission. That's what I'm here.
You still doing all, just more about it.
And enjoyable. Yeah, I still work, but it's like I work until like I'm okay switching off. It's like not like it's like for any sort of high achievers that are listening. It's like when you would switch off, like you can't not think about working. I should be working. I got all this stuff. I could make more money. My revenue's not as. What if I leave stroke? It's like you just head so there. It's like, well, in 100 years, no one's going to be here anyways, and your soul's going to reincarnate to the next whatever beliefs you got around that.
Yeah.
It's like, so all this doesn't matter anyways. So what's the point? So it's like, how do you, again, blend those two worlds? And I kind of pendulate between nothing matters, I'm just going to meditate and be present and grateful all day, to like, fucking let's achieve, let's revenue goal, bigger targets, bigger things. So I kind of pendulate between those two worlds now. But
I think it's a real wave between them. You know, I think it is important to have those days where you are just really present, meditate, go for a walk, a swim, whatever, just focus on your self-care so that you can allow yourself to open to the downloads, to the insight, to the inspiration, whatever it is for that next level. And I don't think that's ever a one or the other. I think it works perfectly when you can move through the both of them. And honestly, it's daily or weekly for me sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So in the morning, hustle, in the afternoon, chill, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Second to second. I actually had Amy Shaw on my podcast recently, and we met at the event. Yeah, she's
epic human.
She's such a great example of this. Like, she's gotten a spiritual. Like, she did like a psychic read on the podcast.
Oh, I can't wait to listen.
And what she said was really cool. I still have like concerns around all the spiritual stuff, but it felt real for what she did. But then she's also got practical stuff. Like, she knows how to build businesses and structure team and market and all that stuff. So I think finding your own individual blend of that mix, where it's like you've got someone to come on the podcast after me, and he's a bit more spiritual than me. So we've got some funny stories, me and Scott. But yeah, it's finding your own blend of that, whatever yours may be. But That's what I'm here to do now.
Yeah. And there's room for all of it. There's room for all of us. And I don't think there's any one way to ever do anything. And like you said, there was incredible names that you mentioned earlier that you followed, that you've done development courses with. And they are incredible humans and they're teaching incredible tools and practices. But it's never a one fit. I feel like we kind of take what we can and then we go, okay, well, what's our experience? Who are we? How does this work for us? And then it's creating your own unique method. That's how it will work for you. So I want to go back to when you had that moment of like, okay, well, what do I want to do for people now? I know you had the night of the dark soul or whatever they call that. What moment did you go, oh, this is now what I'm going to do. Now I want to mentor people. This is the area I want to work on. How did that come about? Because you were doing lots of courses and lots of themes, but what was it?
I'd learnt about values by that point. So I use values always every day with my clients. But so values are areas of life that fulfill you. Some people think values like honesty, loyalty, integrity, control, freedom. None of those are values. Values are areas of life that you fulfill and you prioritize and express. If I told you, go do freedom, it sounds weird. Otherwise, I'd grab your family, do health. You would value business and growth and learning and probably relationships. I would say aesthetics or branding or image or something around that because you dress well, you're good with aesthetics. I don't value image, just in case you can't tell. Anyway, I go barefoot on stage. So it's like values fulfill you. So areas of life, whatever your values are, you need to go. I like to quote: the need for motivation is a symptom of an uninspired goal. So that is like, if you just understand that sentence, if you need motivation to do something, it's actually not aligned with what you do, or you don't see how it is aligned with what you want to do. So I don't need motivation to coach. That's my house outing, as you can probably tell. I don't need motivation to learn. I woke up at 4:30 this morning to join a call to learn from John DiMartini. I remember.
Oh, wow.
So it's like you're fulfilled and energized and inspired and curious and fulfilled by doing what is actually meaningful to you. Don't be number two of someone else. So know your values and live to them. So everyone has a internal voice. You've got the ego, which is like the limited identity, but then you've got your soul. You've got your authentic, your soul's expression, your full self, your true self. There's other terms heard out there.
Yep.
This is the part most people just don't listen to. But if you actually quiet down the noise through meditation, through self-introspection, by healing yourself, you actually quiet down the ego and you're able to tap into your heart, your soul, and all that stuff more. If you listen and follow the breadcrumbs of inspiration, it leads you to your destiny. Most people just don't listen to it. They're not aware of it. Everyone says that's what they have.
Yeah.
And they're just not listening to it. And maybe some people are listening to it, then they don't have courage to follow it. That's a different conversation, but you can go there if you want to. So it is the actual where this happened for me is I hired myself out of the third gym. So gave away one, sold the second, third one, I could breathe. And I get it wrong sometimes, the franchisor who like owned the entire franchise, I was a franchisee. I was like best friends with the franchisor. So I mean, he was my first mentor. He changed my life. Like I have so much gratitude and appreciation, love that he is. But then my business partner wanted to sue him and also a business partner. And I got caught in the middle and then friendship got ruined and all this stuff. And then long story short, after that the second one that we sold was the one with the lawsuit involved. And then I had the third one, but like our relationship like crumbled during that experience. And then he like had a chat with me like, man, how the fuck did we get here? Like we started together because I started when the franchise was like nothing and I helped build it up and I played a huge part in that role. And then he said, man, I should have taken you with me. So he went out to build the entire franchise where I and open up many locations and sell franchisees. Also, I ran my own individual ones. And he's like, man, I should have taken you with you. Would you love to come with me now? And I've just done like 7 years of it, head down, bum up. Personal life sucks, unfulfilled, burnt out, achieve. And I had like nothing in my bank, So I don't know, and no materials.
It's wild how we can have all this success
and
nothing in our bank account to show for it. It's like,
when
that's happening, something's wrong.
I was running $1 million business, but it's like we'll break it either. Yeah. But I didn't say that on Instagram.
And that
ego. But so he had that chase and he gave me like he's a great salesman. He's like a great visionary. He like sell ice to Eskimos. He's like, man, come back in. You can have 30% of the company. You do the coaching part. I'll do this. So he knows my values. You do that part. I'll do this. We'll get this other person in. He'll do these roles. And we'll do this for a couple of years. We'll open up 50 studios. We'll sell it for hundreds of millions. You'll walk away with $50 million. I'm like, I'm ego's like money. But I was like, is this my part? And that's the question most people just ask it. Like, if you actually, everyone listening to this, close down your eyes and actually tune into your heart, your soul, your direction. I ask, what is your path forward? Where are you inspired to follow? And what's that direction for you? That little voice will answer it. Because most people won't listen to it. So what do? I used to do it every quarter. I used to then do it every 6 months. Now it's kind of once a year. I do a mushroom ceremony trip, not like full like the shamans. I just do it myself, and I do it at home, or I get a not forest, but I get an Airbnb in nature because less concrete, more trees.
Yeah.
And he gave me this pitch, so pretty much come work with me. We'll open up these things. We'll sell it. You'll have some money. Let's do it. I said, Matt, give me a weekend. I need to sit with this because I used to be the yes person because people pleaser, low self worth, fuck all boundaries. So yes, and wouldn't honor myself.
Yeah.
So I said, give me a weekend. I need to think about this. Got some mushrooms. I need a trip. It's like, take mushrooms. Have you taken psychedelics before?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, for anyone that hasn't done it, it's like you take it and like nothing really happens and it starts to build up and then like hits you and you're like, you're in the trip. So I'm like laying down, frequencies are playing. It's like, as soon as I start to feel it, it's like, close my eyes. It's like, I asked my question, which is my path. So that was it. Within 0.00001 second, it's like, I knew the answer. But it's like, I didn't need that, by the way. You don't need to do that to ask a question.
It's just faster.
It's just faster. It's one pathway to the authentic self, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
Or to my consciousness, whatever. So, yeah, I did that, but I didn't need to do that. I could just listen to myself. But I listened to that and I'm like, okay, this is my path because I wanted to coach people. Because I was doing a lot of coaching through the gyms. I would run a 6-week challenge, but I would do mindset, would do values, would do regulation, would do breath work. It's like I was doing all these things anyway.
Yeah.
Because I was inspired to do it. And
you probably did it in network marketing as well.
Could we do it? Yeah, with that same, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So so our business model was like, come down to the gym, sign up for the gym, but then sell in Herbalife. That was our model.
Yeah, it works.
So that was but then when you have to hire good trainers with culture fits and make them take Herbalife, that's tough. Yeah. Very tough. That's why that model didn't work out.
Put in the minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was tough. But yeah, so I knew the answer. I just wasn't listening to it. And then I tuned in. I took mushrooms to help out with it, but I didn't need to. And I just listened to that voice. I'm like, this is my path. But I had fear around it because I'm like, how do I build a business? Because I've done a franchise, which they generally give you systems and processes and the strategy where it's like, okay, now I'm doing a coaching business. What are my offers? How do I sell? Like, how do I go from the gym owner to the coach? And like all these like fears were there. But
yeah,
it's like I knew it was that direction. I knew I'll figure it out. I knew I had the work ethic. I've got the overachiever in me. I'll be able to figure this out. And that was, I'm not good with dates. I think 3 and a bit years ago. So yeah, about 3 years ago. And I've been doing that ever since. I then started with one-on-one clients, then went to like small group and then wrote a book, then ran events last year, I built a school community. And now it's just trying to figure out how we want to piece all this stuff together.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring it all together now. Amazing. Congratulations on that as well. So your influence on Instagram has grown incredibly now with everything that you're doing. You're on a lot of podcasts. You have your own podcast. You've got your book now. How has that all come about? Have you always had a presence even back in like your PT days in your gym? Or was that something you were like consciously having to build now that you were going out on your own and doing the coaching side of things?
So I always had a presence. Another question.
Yeah. Did you always have a presence on socials?
My question was like, define presence. Does it mean reach or do you mean like when you meet questions about them?
Oh,
does that make sense? Yeah. Is it reach or like reach?
I would say reach, yeah. Or you're always creating content, personal brand.
Yes. Okay. So I did that. Yes. I was, because we got into Gary Vee early. Social media. This is like in 2015. 2015. That's when I started. So I started doing like live videos. So when Facebook just integrated like live videos, but you have to use an external app to do it. Like we got on it like the week it came out, and it was like shit. It was total shit compared to what it is now. But like I was doing posts every single day.
Okay.
I did like a 90-day live video challenge for myself, just to go live every single day and just talk about not practices, like about FM. So I was always posting content, and we didn't have much strategy around it, but we just knew like if we posted testimonials, like we'd have clients reach out. If we posted results, if I started like to share some lessons and some things, and some of them aren't true to this day. I remember just like regurgitating YouTube, to be honest. I'd like watch a YouTube video about Tony Robbins and I'd say my version of it. Versus now like lived experiences, results and challenges and more personal stuff. But yeah, my first video, I shared this at my one-day events actually. So my first ever video, my mentor, Scott, at the time, franchise said, like, Nate, when are you going to post your first video? Because he was already doing it at the time. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm still in year 12 at high school. I'd repeated year 12. I was doing Herbalife. And I'm like around like a football culture where they sporting people, like you give each other shit about anything. Like, everything. And I was already confident, like with my Herbalife box and my fills and Mr. Motivation.
I guess I would have been.
I was very confident.
Yeah.
Because I was doing photos, not videos. But I did my first video. So I went down to Burleigh, actually, just coming here. And I walked down to the beach, and between North Burleigh and Main Burleigh, there's like some trees. And up from the water, I sat down and I pulled my phone out and I started talking, and someone walked past and put my phone down.
Oh.
Listening. And it took me between 1 to 3 hours to film. I think it's a 30-second to 40-second video. And the message was essentially, stop playing PlayStation and watching TV and go live your life. I posted the video. Super cringe. I found it actually. So I've got it on my drive now. And I turned my phone off for 2 days because I didn't want to see the comments. And then I opened it up, and all the boys were in there. How's your fucking goals, bro? Mr. Motivation. I'm so inspired by this. Oh my God, sign me up to your program. Like, all the lads were ripping into it. So I was super insecure. I was super like caring about people's opinions, that people are going to reject me.
That people are so nasty, aren't they?
Yeah, especially like your mates, right? But yeah, I copped it. Like, I had family members, my brother, who's now on the journey with me now, which is great. But I'd been his mates to give me shit. He's older than me, and they used to like talk poorly about me behind back. And I was super, super insecure. So definitely didn't start the way I am now, where I post like hundreds per week of content. But yeah, it was
and there's always a new piece of content. Every time I jump on Instagram, I'm like, here he is again. Yep. And it's all great. And I love it. Yeah. So it's good to know you've always done it, but it was scary to do it. Let's talk a little bit about courage, because we did touch on that just before. Because that is the missing piece for so many people. So many people, I believe, do know what they're here to do. And they do listen to the voice, but actually taking the action to make it happen doesn't happen often.
Yeah, tough.
So how would you teach that now? How do you describe that to people?
There's a couple of things in there. So I look at my model that I teach. So there's 3 pillars. One is self-mastery, which is values, purpose, mission, vision. Are you being yourself? So if you're not being yourself, as in knowing your values, your purpose, mission, and vision, and living in alignment with it, then you are, by definition, trying to be someone that you're not. So you will naturally have resistance to not doing something you don't want to do. So if someone invited me and said, hey, Lewis, you should run a fashion show, or you should go be a fashion person, I would not want to do that. And I would have resistance to it. I would make excuses, and I would procrastinate doing that because it's not what I want to do. But if someone said, hey, Lewis, do you want to come on this podcast with me? I'm like, I can come on, let's do it. Because that's my coaching. So coaching is my highest value. I want to naturally do what my coaching is. So I'll start with there. I'll say, well, is this truly you? And your question was, this person does know it. So that's a tick for now. So yes, you're actually listening to the voice. Okay, I do want to speak on stage. I want to start a podcast. I want to start my business. I want to travel the world, whatever it may be. So great. It feels right. It feels authentic. Tick. Second, I would go to, depends on the person, I go between strategy or the work. Let's go strategy first because it's easier. Strategy is, do you know what to do? Because some people are like, I want to start a business. So picture like when we first started our journey. Imagine if someone said, go build your business. And you've never read a book, you never learned anything, your parents haven't taught you anything, you're like, fuck, what do I do? It's overwhelming. So
that's pretty much the first year of my business.
Yeah.
No idea what you're doing.
Spray and pray.
Exactly.
So Tony Robbins said it really well. It's 20% skills, 80% psychology. So it's like you do need the skills. So the person might be lacking the skills because it's like overwhelming. It's like I want to run events. So I had a client last night on our call ask me about how do you run a 1-day event. I'm like, oh, that's a big question. So it's like, well, what's your offers? What's your ecosystem? Are you charging? What do you want to do from it? What's your intention for the event? So it's like, there's so many skills that go into it that it can get overwhelming. So it's like, what's the plan? Have you broken down your plan? I do a master planning process. We do 5 to 10 years, 3 years, 2 years, 12 months, quarter, monthly, weekly, daily outcomes. So like today, I got my daily outcomes for what I'm achieving today. So it's just one piece at a time towards the vision.
Yeah.
Most commonly, it's not that because the skills are quite easy. ChatGPT, by and large, will give you some skills that could work and will probably work. Tony Robbins uses the health example a lot. Is the skill to be relatively healthy so fucking complicated that no one can figure it out? No. It's like, move your body, stop eating so much shit, get some good sleep, drink some water. Like that, by and large, is going to help most people. But why do most people not do that? It's the psychology. Identity. It's your beliefs, it's your trauma, your nervous system, suppressed emotions. So it's the meat suit identity that's stopping you. So past hurt creates future fear. Any hurt you've not addressed yet, you project it into the future and you try to protect yourself from experiencing it.
Yeah.
I use abandonment because most people can relate to that. You've been abandoned before. I don't want to get abandoned again. So I'm going to do things or not do things to try to protect myself. So my brother is a perfect example of this. So my brother, this was 2 years ago now, before he just like started opening up and doing the work, like went to a self-development event, listened to a podcast. He just started the journey. And he called me for New Year's. And I just said, hey, like, Happy New Year. What's going on? What are your goals for the year? Common question from me. And yet, like, I want to do some more self-development. I want to be a better parent, and I want to start posting content. I'm like, fucking oh, let's do it. And I said, when are you going to post your first piece of content? He's like, oh, I only got triggers straight away. Certain resistance. I said, one word answer. What are you protecting yourself from by not posting? Judgment. He got bullied a lot as a kid. He was a very overweight kid, and he got bullied a lot. So I've been bullied before. I've had judgment before. I don't want to get judged again, so I'm going to protect myself from it.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out I believe the trickiest part of integration work or inner work is finding the root cause to it. The root cause will be a subconscious belief or a limiting belief or a perception. It can be suppressed emotions where the system's just really dysregulated. That's, I think, easy to clear out. But the coding, the conditioning of the identity, finding the perception or limiting belief is the trickiest part, because a fish doesn't know it's in water. It's like you're in your own identity. You're in your own ego. You're in your own reality. It's like you don't see things the way they are. You see things the way you are.
Correct.
So if you've got blue tinted glasses on, you see everything as blue, and you don't really see the root cause to the blue, which is the glasses, which is you. So it's we are projectors. Our entire life is a projection. So if your projection is shit, if your life is shit, you're not taking action, your relationship sucks, your bank account sucks, it's actually you. So how do we then introspect, find the coding on the projector, change that, address that, integrate that to change the projection? That's tough. It's hard. That's my favorite conversation. That's my favorite work to do for people. Because when you have that like eureka, breakthrough, tear, heart opening, like literal breakthrough moment, it is so cool to see. And we had a little bit of a little purpose process at your event. And so I love that shit. So yeah. It will either be to summarize a question, you're not being yourself. So be yourself, values, purpose, mission, vision. Have a plan with some skills that would get a result. Might not be the best result, but it will get something to move you forward. And then address your stuff. Why are you not doing it? So if you've got a plan and you're not actioning the plan, it's you.
Yeah.
So those are overrated.
Yeah. I love the comment of it is you. And for me, I think things really changed for me maybe 3 or 4 years ago and I didn't realize because I was in the Priscilla box and I'd had success, but zero in my bank account. But I wasn't taking full responsibility for my life. I was still blaming and playing a bit of the victim. I wasn't aware that I was doing it until I really self-reflected. What do you say to people when they're like, oh, but this is happening and this is happening and this is happening? And I now had the conversation with my mentees around, well, it's about taking responsibility. Do you have that conversation as well?
Yeah, I like to teach first. So you can't be held accountable to something you're not aware of.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone is doing the best they have. So the 3 pillars I break this part into is identity, which is beliefs, perceptions, unconscious beliefs, the nervous system. That's your identity, your meat suit, the box you live in, the reality you live in.
Yeah.
From your identity, you create patterns or behaviors, the way you act, and you act in perfect alignment with your identity, how you view yourself. And then you've got triggers. Something challenges or mirrors your identity. It triggers you. It's a trauma reflection moment, and it triggers you into another pattern.
Yeah.
Nothing triggers you. It reveals what's inside of you. So
I love that saying.
if people aren't aware of that, I like Wayne Dyer, if you're an orange, if you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice. It's like, why? So whatever's inside of you when you're squeezed or challenged, whatever's inside comes out.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like if someone listening to this has just heard that for the very first time, they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize that. So it's like, okay, well now you're blessed with awareness. You're also now fucking blessed with accountability.
Yeah.
And now it's up to you. So I always start with grace at the start, because it's like, if your belief is that like people are just assholes and the world is against me and I don't, and that's just the way you've been conditioned. Fair enough. It's like, there was this, it's not the best example, but it's one I've heard is, I forget the gentleman, he was on a podcast and he was talking about, he got asked to come into the Israel-Palestine war that was going on. It's still going on. Don't even know the details of this. But he went into one of the sides. I don't understand which side he went to. But he went in to try resolve the war and what was going on. And he went into the schools. And at the schools, they were teaching 5-year-olds how to load guns, how to shoot people, and how the other side of the war are enemies and we need to kill these people. Why do you think the war isn't fucking ending? And it's like you're programming people to follow the program and you've given them. So it's like...
That's sad.
Yeah, it was something like that. So everyone's fulfilling everything that their identity is going to fulfill. You won't out-achieve what you believe yourself can be or what your identity is.
Yeah.
So I start with awareness first. Then I'm a bit of an asshole. Then I'll like reflect things. I say pause. I'll listen to someone. I'll take notes. Hey, pause. You have a word around this, and I will reflect the thing back to you. So I often do an exercise that clients can listen to. Is I say picture mum or dad. I start with dad normally. So dad, in a one-word answer, what do you dislike most about dad? And then answers can come up. Do you want to answer them? Some get when I do it. You don't have to answer me. Would you be open to answering this?
I can answer.
Sure. So for the guests listening to this, don't judge your answers. I love my dad. I love my mom. I spoke to them yesterday. So I have a great relationship with them. Trauma is a moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. Certainly it was too much or not enough. So it could be like, young Priscilla comes home. Dad, look, I made this painting for you. Oh my God, but he's busy. He's got work on. Like, Priscilla, I'm busy. Bandit. Like, that could be the moment. Okay. So don't feel like, some people just like get like really like shameful around these questions. So for the people listening, think of dad, whoever played that role, in a one-word answer, what's the one thing you dislike most about dad?
Aggression.
Cool. So you have a wound around aggression.
Yes.
It was a moment in your life, or multiple moments, where aggression was too much, I'm assuming, or not enough. Probably too much. Too much.
Yeah.
So then you have a lopsided perception towards aggression. Okay. So then you judge others for being aggressive.
Yeah.
You attract partners who are aggressive. You get triggered when people are aggressive.
Yeah.
That becomes a shadow of yours. What's the opposite to aggression? What's the opposite trait to aggression?
I would say love.
You try to be seen as a loving person.
Yes.
That makes sense?
Correct.
We have personas and we have shadows. It's learning to love all parts of who we are. That becomes the resistance that keeps you stuck.
Yeah.
So you try to not be seen as an aggressive person. So, for example, because this is all traits are worthy of love. When a baby is born, all parts of the baby is worthy of love.
Ooh.
Fantastic. So then when we have trauma, we learn some parts of us are bad. We fragment those parts of us.
Yeah.
And then you try to not be seen as them. So you try to hide the part of you that's aggressive. So because when could that make sense? I actually did a process with the guys on YouTube, actually Mason. I did a process on him on aggression. Same trait.
Yeah.
Came from that as well. It was funny. We were like literally in my kitchen, using the air fryer to cook chicken nuggets. So like eating chicken nuggets, and he's like, "Bro,
what do people do air fryers?"
So we're eating chicken nuggets, and he's like, "Oh, bro, I had a trigger come on this week," and obviously I'm very curious about it. So like, tell me what was it? What was the trait? He understands it as well, so we could do it with it. Yeah. So what was the trait? And go said, "Mom or dad, dad." Close your eyes. Go to the moment. What was the earliest moment of dad being angry? Go in the moment, or get into the moment. I started with the balancing process, which is my trauma process, and he's like crying. I'm like, "Yeah, look at good," but he's like crying. I'm just having a great time. Went through the process, heart open, transformation, and in the kitchen on a Saturday afternoon. It was fantastic. That next week, he said he had the best productive week of his life with his business because he was firmer with his team. Because if I'm too aggressive with my team, that's bad.
Yeah.
So I won't be firm. I won't hold them accountable. I won't set the standards. I won't hold them to their KPIs because I might be seen as an aggressive person.
Yeah.
And he said his sex life has gotten better. Because
concept more to his masculine.
So that's where you learn to own all parts of who you are. How do you do that? Wait till you get judged. Wait till you judge others. Yeah. Wait till you get triggered. Wait till you have resistance. The best quote from my work is, to the degree you resist reality is the degree that you suffer.
Yeah.
Anything that's not life or death, survival, any resistance outside of that is you. That's the projector. So where do you judge others? Where do you judge your parents? Where do you judge yourself? Where do you judge your clients? Where do you judge your partners? What's the traits? And also beliefs. I like traits more than beliefs for different reasons, but
yeah.
What are the things you're judging others for? This is where they say life's a mirror. This is how you make it real. So wherever you have resistance in your reality, your life, outside of survival, fight or flight, zoom in, be curious, not curious, and figure out what's the trait. What's this person doing?
Yeah.
What's this person being? What am I scared to be seen as right now? You'll find all these parts and traits of you that you've disowned because you've learned that they're bad. Yeah. And that's our glass ceiling that people hit. And my goal is just to dissolve it.
Yeah, I love that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think that was really well said, actually, because I got heaps out of that. Sure. And I teach a lot of this stuff, so this is fantastic. Thank you. You're about to become a dad.
Yes.
We spoke about that just before we jumped online. And, I mean, how exciting, 4 weeks away.
Yeah, we had 4 weeks yesterday, so that's under a month now.
Yes. This is a new phase of life for you. What's coming up? What are you excited for, you and your partner?
Good question.
Yeah. Because this is a different stage of life now.
Yeah, it's the other.
Yeah.
Which honestly, for any neurodivergent humans, I like structure a lot. So it's you watch Big Bang Theory, the TV show. So Sheldon Cooper is like my soul spirit animal. So his spine calves. It's like, yeah. So I can't remember any of these stories, but my mum said she would make me like Weet-Bix, and the Weet-Bix weren't faced the right way with the right amount of milk I would eat it. So it's like everything had to be the way that I wanted it to be.
Yes.
Obviously, babies don't really
No,
follow that way of
that
thinking.
are headed to a rule book.
No, do so well, fortunately, it's opportunity
Unfortunately.
for me to grow. So,
Yeah.
so something I recommend every founder, every human full stop, I recommend doing this. Every 3 months, do a quarterly reset. Just like a business does a quarterly review, do a quarterly reset. So get away if you can. Sometimes it does make sense. You just do it at your own home.
Yeah.
But ideally, if you can, get away for a day or two and redo values, purpose, mission, vision, and your master plan. So it's like, because your values do change over time, you get clear on your mission, you get clear on your vision, and your plan's always going to evolve. And we do a relationship check-in at the same time. So we got this Airbnb, we've gone there like 4 or 5 times now. It's so good. It's in Byron, in nature. It's disconnected from like society. It's and it's got an outdoor bath, like amazing. So it's like, and it was like raining too. So it's like raining, cold outside, but the bath's so warm. It's
Hot for romance.
we're shabby guitar, and we're just in there, and we weren't daughter wasn't pregnant at the time, but we were discussing like, are we ready? And we just said like, we just went one at a time. I said, what fears do you have around parenting? And I started crying instantly. I just said like, and the fear was the word that came up was chaos, essentially the opposite of structure. So it's like chaos, going like, how am I going to handle it? Because I'm such a structured person. Like I go to bed at 8 p.m. every night, or 8:30, depending if I'm playing games. Sorry, I'm a gamer as well. Like people there. So I love video games. So we can talk about that if you want. So it's like, and Georgia's been having a pain with pregnancy right now. Like she's literally 4 weeks out. So like,
Getting ready. Her body's getting ready.
Even sleep right now is getting inconsistent. And that's where he said, fuck with me. So I'm like, so chaos is definitely the one that's come up the most. And we've discussed it. We actually had one last night. We had a trigger last night where we stay up to 10 p.m. just talking about it because we had some pain from her came up. That triggered me. That triggered her. And then we just like had a really beautiful healing conversation last night over it. So what's coming up for us is she's quite similar to me. To be honest, the chaos and being able to handle that as well, because we just haven't done it. It's like it's a new season, so it's like how you prepare for the unknown. I don't know.
Don't, and nothing can prepare you for a baby. Like I've had 2 children now, and both are very different as well. You know, when they're newborn, they're their own little person, and they have their, you know, you try and set routines, but they're their own people, and it's a journey. It's a wonderful journey, and I'm so excited for you. It'll be beautiful, and in amongst the chaos, it'll be beautiful.
We're looking forward to it. Like I've had a lot of people ask, like, do you feel ready? I feel like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically as ready as possible. But I've had people that can't prepare anyone.
You can't. You rarely can't.
So it's like,
no.
We feel ready. But
Good.
I'll check in a month.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear and see.
I'll let you know.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I know we've covered off on many different things, and I'm sure we could talk for hours about personal development. But thank you so much for joining us today. And where can everyone find you?
I'm across most social medias. Instagram, where I'm most active. My team sort of help out the other ones. So Instagram, Lewis Huckstep. I do have a website. It looks shit, so don't judge me. It needs to be redone. I just can't do what I'm doing. But
I'm a bit same.
yeah, and it's like my branding from like 3 years ago. It's not good. So Instagram's best shot. But I'm on most platforms. So I guess it depends what you want to consume, and reach out if you want to have a chat.
Yeah. I'd love to actually, just before we finish up, I'd love to just chat on that quickly, because business owners who are successful, who have done all the things, there's still things we don't get to, right? Like talking about the website, what's a priority for you and what's not? Because so many businesses are like, I need all of these things to actually start and to get going. It's actual bullshit. We don't need all of that, right?
Yeah. I think the best analogy I got was like, you just need to let some fires burn. Like people, like you're a firefighter, and as you put out problems, I put out fires, you solve problems.
Yeah.
But there are like ones that are more important or more urgent than others. I think there's that graph of like urgent and important, not important, not urgent.
I've forgotten that one.
People that will know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
But this comes down to planning. This comes down to prioritization. I love Alex Mosey. He says like strategy is the allocation of limited resources against unlimited options. So every single day when I sit down, I actually took my clients through this last night as well. When I sit down at the start of my day, I look at my master plan, and I've already taken time to plan out my master plan. I've done it on quarterly reset. So hopefully I've selected high leverage things. Hopefully what I've put on the plan are good things to move forward towards. And then I sit down in the morning, I go train, do my morning routine, come back, sit down, very structured. And then I go through, and I sit down and have my plan in front of me. I look over my plan, look at my calendar, what did I have on for today? I've set a podcast on today. So my decision will be a bit dictated on what my calendar looks like for the day. But then I ask myself, what is the highest leverage thing that I can do today to move towards these outcomes? Most commonly it's content, because content helps with reach and branding, opportunities, sales, marketing. It ticks off a lot of those. Right now for me, I'm working on offers. So I'm working on my current offers to improve them, to make them more valuable for my clients, to help with retention and referrals and upsells and stuff like that. And yeah, website just hasn't popped up in about 3 years. One day it might, but yeah, it's not a product in my opinion. So
No, yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything today and including your priorities. And I love learning how structured you are. That's wonderful.
pleasure.
But yeah, everyone, please go and follow Lewis, who's incredible. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning into this inspirational story. Lucky for you, the inspo doesn't stop here. We have an Inspired Founders Facebook community, a space created just for you to learn, listen, and ask questions from our inspired founders themselves. This unique community is designed to uplift and motivate you to take actions on your own stories and dreams. You'll find the link within our show notes. We can't wait to see you in there.